Well, I can only say that in these more than 40 years, 46 years, you know, of working on the body-mind problem, I think I'm beginning to understand something, and I'm going to talk about it tonight. The conviction I have, of course, is that you are your body, and your head doesn't control it in a positive way. It can control it in some respects in a negative way. That means that if you're going to change in any significant way, your body must change. And the body is not something you talk about. Body is something that can be seen. So if I work with somebody, I have to see the physical change at a body level, then I know they're changing and what's going on. But in it, more important, you see, you are your body. It tells the story of your life.
Absolutely.
And it also tells us where your present problems are. It's all about you. In fact, it is you. Well, what you find is that all the problems a person has are structured in his body. And the basic problems he has is that he's afraid to come alive and have feelings fully. That's a basic. And the only way you cut off feelings is to deaden your body. That's the only way you can cut off feelings. Dead bodies don't feel.
Yeah.
But getting back the feelings, when people are so frightened of feeling, is a long, hard road. But it's a worthwhile road. And see, the problem that we have is that the culture is not a body culture.
Absolutely.
It's a head-end oriented culture.
More and more.
More and more, emphasizing thinking and power and not feeling. Feeling is the last thing that enters the picture of modern life. I had a patient today who, or yesterday she came in and she said she was lost. She felt lost. Well, of course, she wasn't lost in what you might call practical sense. I mean, she knew where she was.
Yeah.
She could tell you her name. She wasn't crazy or anything like that. But she didn't feel herself.
Right.
And in a sense of the feeling of the self, she was a lost person.
Yeah.
See? And you can't do that by talking about it. You have to feel it.
You have to begin to feel it.
Yeah, so feeling is where bioenergetics is at.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, feeling is not where the world is at right now. You can talk about feelings all day long, you know, but it's not feeling. It's an idea that you're talking about. Yeah. Feeling is a sensation in the body that comes when you can sense what's going on in your body. People carry a pain that's unnecessary. I mean, they're frightened, really.
Mostly, probably.
Just give you an example. If they're sitting up as tight as this, like that, and talking, God, that's an awful painful way to be.
And they may have been carrying that for 50 years.
They're not even aware of it.
Yeah.
They don't know what you're talking about when you talk about their tension and how much it hurts, because they've deadened themselves to it, see? Tragic, tragic. For most people, life is tragic. Well, let's hope that anybody who does any therapy with people will really realize the importance of working with the body to make that body alive and change in a positive way. Because what you do in your head has no feeling quality attached to it, or very little.
Right.
Consciousness is a very shallow phenomenon. It's like the tip of the iceberg, which you can be aware of.
Yeah.
It's a surface. It doesn't go deep. So from a conscious level, sure, you can change some ideas. It's like painting the house over. It doesn't change the house. You know? But real change is done on a dynamic inner level, below the level of consciousness. And that's what bioenergetic is. It works below the level of consciousness. Health, you know, these days, and I think they're right to worry because they're not healthy. People are sick out there. Their bodies are grotesque. So let me say this, that a healthy person is really characterized by a body that's alive and vital.
Right.
Eyes that shine,
right.
A voice that's resonant, a manner that's soft, a sense of grace, a carriage that's dignified, and not dominated by his ego, with a sense of humility when he talks about things.
Right.